Alrighty, let's take a quick dive into Uncharted, which is our AI-powered automatic chart generation and business intelligence tool. Let's create our first report. So I log in, I want to create a report. I'll say it's daily foot traffic by location, which is just a quick sample data set that ChatGPT generated for me. So I'm going to upload my data source. You can do as many as you want. We'll just do that daily foot traffic by location. Edit the description, save it, boom. Go back to our report that we created, and let's create our charts dashboard. So we'll create our first chart, select our data source. Here's our data source, pops up right here, and we can even filter it as much as we'd like. So we can say park greater than 30, filters out the data. But in this case, it's a small data set, so let's include every row. So here we can select what columns we want to use in our chart. I want to use all of these, so we'll skip suggestion. Notice how there's a date column right there. That will be important. So we can either go to the AI-powered suggestions based on this data, these columns, what chart should we generate, or we can skip suggestions and do this the manual way. Let's do area chart. And since it is a winter date, it's the first week of January is the data. Let's do winter colors theme. We'll do enhanced description with AI. So this allows us to be lazy and say area chart, winter colors theme, and it's going to enhance our prompt and try to understand from the data that we put in and our quick description what we actually want to see, how we would want to see it rendered on the chart. So it's going to say we want to aggregate foot traffic by date. Totally agree. And cumulative foot traffic, yep. And through this date range, no need for numeric sorting beyond the aggregation. I agree. X-axis is date. Beautiful. Here's our winter color theme. Amazing. Cool. You get the gist. So we'll go next. Here in this step, we'll take that code and the data, and it will generate React JavaScript charts based on the recharts library. And we'll render our chart and give us the code to render this elsewhere if we'd like. Beautiful. Here's our winter themed area chart of daily foot traffic by location with the total foot traffic, the individual ones, and the dates. So we'll call that daily foot traffic by location includes total. Boom. 2-3 minutes, we have our first graph. Let's create another one just to see how we can create these dashboards. So let's do same data set, and we'll do these guys, but let's exclude date and exclude total because we want to make a pie chart. So we just want to say pie chart, let's say autumn color theme. And since it's a pie chart, we're just sending numbers, and we're hoping AI is smart enough to say, since it's a pie chart, these new numbers are part of the whole, so we want to do the calculations that way. Alternatively, we could say averages, blah, blah, blah. But let's see, yep. Here's our enhanced prompt. And let's go next. Generate the code. Amazing. Pie chart, autumn color theme, love it. Okay, so this isn't daily, right? This is just total foot traffic by location. Save that chart. Now we have two charts on the same pane, and so we can actually adjust their size, and we can also adjust the container size as well. However we would like, and I'll show, let's make one more chart because I have one cool feature I want to show. So again, we'll skip that. Let's include all of the columns again, and let's do a bar chart over time. So we'll do shades of purple. you can get way more granular in your description, or you can just keep it simple and let AI do heavy lifting. Whole idea of this app is to go from 0 to 1, and if we can see, visualize, and get some analysis from our data, we'll at least have a good jumping off point. Boom, generate the code. Amazing. Shades of purple, bar chart, overtime, beautiful. We'll give it the same title. Amazing. So now we have 3 charts in this container, and we can resize it as we like, or we can just click boom down, and we can put it in its own container, or we can bring it back up to bring it back. Create our dashboard however we like. And what else can we do? Oh, we can even move the container up, the whole container up, or move it back down, and generate our dashboard however we'd like. So let's go to the analysis tab. We can actually generate analysis, pretty detailed, in-depth analysis for each chart, and we'll see it. Let's just have it running for all of us. Amazing. So it's going to start with the analysis of the data source, the actual source data, what that data source is of, what is it telling us, all that sort of thing. Now here's the since we selected columns out of that data source, we'll say here is just information about those selected columns and their relation and why it's significant that we chose those columns. Here's the chart purpose saying, okay, we selected an area chart. This is what area charts show, and this is how an area chart helps us gain insights from this data. And then the very last section is the data insight section, which actually gives us specific insights based off of the data that we selected and what it tells us. And actually, if you include a date series, it will try to do some predictive analytics on, what are the causes of the data, and then how can we predict this out forward. And it takes into account, in this situation, weather, that it's foot traffic, so it's determined on people being outside, seasons, holidays, that sort of thing. So if we generated all of this data for the reports, we might want a final report to really piece everything together. There we can just click generate full analysis, and this will give us our report. So in 7 minutes, we can, we might have forgot that we were giving a presentation that day. Oh no, we have 15 minutes before this meeting, and I need to get something together, at least a jumping off point. I can upload this data. I can generate my dashboards. I can come up with analysis, and then I can generate a final report. Executive summary, chart by chart analysis, key insights, and key recommendations based on this data. So I hope you guys are inspired to check out what Uncharted is made out of, and put some data in there, try to create dashboards, find the limitations. And I hope it helps you reimagine how we can use AI to, a lot of these difficult things. Like, it's difficult to make a Power BI dashboard. A lot of people, it's not as difficult as making an app, but it's difficult to set all the data up and set all the graphics up that way. And I hope this shows how we can use AI to sort of rethink these difficult things, and allow us to be way more effective and unlock our potential. Thank you again. My name is Will K, and I developed this app with my team at Solve for You, and we're excited to build on it. Thank you so much for watching.